Well, good afternoon. It is Monday Meetup, and my name is Araya Onra. I come on live every Monday to just talk about topics in our life that can make a difference and hopefully help your journey forward, help things shift in your life. Hopefully there's some helpful ones out there. But one of the things that came up in one of my sessions today, because I am a psychic medium and energy healer, I do life coaching work with people, and I help them bring things up to see shift, to see change. Where are things stagnant? Where are their false beliefs in place, and why are those there that are holding you back, essentially? And one of those is life is, it's a roulette wheel. Like, things come to me and they happen, and that's not really the case. We sometimes believe that we are at the whims of the gods, we're at the whims of what other people are going to do or choose. And actually, we have a lot more control and power than that in the manifestation that is called our lives. And so I want to empower you guys with that today. We are going to do a little angel card reading with it as well. But just taking that whole concept of really being the creator and the manifester of your destiny and your journey and what you've actually come here for. You know, I am of the belief that we chose our parents, we chose our living situation, we chose our financial status, absolutely everything about your journey, as ugly and painful as the beginning might have been, whether you chose a family that was in trauma or stress or abuse, or a beautiful family with lots of money and vacations and an easy life. There are challenges in both, and there are social dynamics and family dynamics in both that are there to bring your scars, your emotional wounds up to the surface and into the mirror, and maybe balance some karma. And you know, we don't get clarity on why we walk those tough journeys early on until later in our spiritual journey, when we can actually get perspective and see where maybe it's a balancing or a equaling out of things that play with members of family that we've maybe had lifetimes with before. So there's always such a bigger perspective available, and when we come to realize that we can actually create and manifest the life that we want to be anything we want it to be, then we start to really realize that, you know, I'm not playing Russian roulette. I'm not putting that money down and having somebody spin the wheel and tell me I can or can't have things. But I can actually write my script and design my life how I want it to be. And that's a super empowered place to get to. It's a hard place to get to, and it takes a lot of work to get past a whole bunch of false beliefs about our self-worth, about our maybe our power levels, or that we're powerless, those belief systems that somebody else is always going to do something when I get up going, that somebody's going to take it away, or that I have a belief that I'm just unlucky, or maybe I believe that if I'm visible, something bad will happen. There's all kinds of things that hold us back from being in our greatness, from being who we are supposed to be and truly living, and who our soul wants us to step back into remembering we are. And so if I can help you with that process, that is one of the things I help people through in our session work, is trying to get all those blocks revealed. Because with psychic mediumship, we can go in and see energetically where are patterns holding in your body, what is that connected and related to, and connect to your guides and hear their input and hear what they have to say and help you get connected. I'm having a hard time talking today. You get connected with them as well. So would love to do a little angel card reading for you today along that whole theme of, can I take my power back? Am I really at the whim of a roulette wheel of my life? Or am I really more in charge than I believe, or more in charge than I want to believe I am? Sometimes we want to believe that we don't have the power, so that we can blame everyone else, we can blame circumstance, we can blame situation, we can blame that guy over there for what's happening or not happening in our lives, as the case may be. And you know, we all have work on it. I worked through some really big pieces last year with my coach, which has really made it possible for me to be now living the life that I've always wanted to be living, working for myself, being of service, having clients, and doing really what I'm here gifted with people, and helping them unfold and see what their gift is. That to me is so exciting, and it's taken me a long time to get here. It doesn't have to take you as long. I tended to be a little slow on the updraft. I started my journey 15 years ago and was meditating daily and getting a lot of insight and connection with my guides. And then went through a period where I had to question everything. I had to put it all on the back burner and cocoon for a few years and just see. And part of it was wanting to fit in, and maybe this is a big one for you. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be, quote, normal. I wanted to just raise my kids and have a quote, normal life. And what I found was I fell into decisions and things that weren't aligned with me. They made me miserable. I was not living in my truth. I was unhappy. I wasn't really living the life that I wanted, be it financial status, emotional status, anything. So I needed to come to terms with that. I needed to have the right coach be brought to me by my guides to finally see some of that stuff and see why I was afraid to be out front, why I was afraid to be different, because I am different. We're all very unique and different, and we have very unique and different gifts, and fitting in usually doesn't work. There is no, quote, normal in the world, and I love that in my dragon group there is nothing called crazy either, because people are experiencing amazing things and have a place to share it now, especially with the dragons, because that is a big piece that I do as well, is working with the dragons and helping you work with the dragons. So let's get some angel cards going on this subject today. I'm going to draw 2 cards, and I'm just going to hold the intention of what false belief or what pattern is in us that we can get insight on today that's holding us into that pattern of belief that we're somehow on a roulette wheel of life and that we're not empowered to stand and create our own lives. So let's see what the angels have to say about that. This one is breaking. And ooh, this one's very much at the front. And I do this differently than a lot of other people do. It's actually this one. I like to feel the energy where they are in the deck rather than letting them fall out of the deck. So that's one of the ways that I work. And let's see. First we drew the King of Raphael. Warm, generous, honorable, refined. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. So that right there is already telling me we're aligned with ourselves. When we align with ourselves, we know that we're not on the roulette wheel. We know that we're not at the whim of somebody else's desire for our lives. Follow your creative passions. That is your truest heart's calling. What makes your heart sing? Last week I talked about what makes your heart sing. What is keeping you from the joy in your life? And this is so true. You have to be in your creative passion. What is within you? And maybe you don't even know what your creative passion is. You know, for a lot of years I was in a place of, I don't even know what I'm good at. I don't know what I love to do. I don't know what I want to do every day. And you don't have to decide right away, but you do have to just feel what brings you joy. Do you love painting? Do you love singing? Do you love writing? Do you love reading? Do you love dogs and animals? Do you love people? Do you love interacting? Do you love service? Whatever thing really makes your heart just glad in the moment and just beyond glad, bursting, that's your creative passion. It doesn't mean you have to be a painter or an artist up in the world's spotlight, but you have a creative passion within you. And maybe it's making videos, maybe it's being a photographer, maybe it's a sideline hobby that you love, that if you can spend enough time in it and enjoy, you're going to start seeing that you can do more with it and bring more to people, and that will manifest more for you. And the ability to accomplish many things at once. Absolutely. We are manifestors in that sense. We are absolutely empowered to be running the show, to have the puppeteer, and that means a lot of strings going at once. And you have the ability to accomplish as many things at once, is what Raphael is telling us today. And the Seven of Gabriel was the second card that we chose. And this is like a winged horse with Gabriel actually riding that. Stand up for what you believe in, have confidence, and claim your personal power. So if that isn't also perfectly aligned with this whole theme of taking your power back. You are not at the whim of anybody's roulette wheel, roll of dice, anything else. If you can see it and vision it in your field, you can have it in your world. And you just have to have the creative passion. You got to be in your creative passion, see it, and claim your personal power, stepping into it. And that's easier said than done, I know, but your angels are here saying, it's time, you can do this. And stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what you believe in within yourself. Because there's a piece of you that knows what your creative fire is, what knows what brings your heart the most joy and makes it sing. And that is the message that your guides and angels are wanting to get to you today. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what is inside your heart within yourself. Have confidence and claim your personal power with it. And life will change, and you will start to see, wow, I can manifest and create anything. I just have to believe it and see it in my mind's eye. So with that, if you do need assistance, I do 20-minute discovery calls to see if we're even a good fit to work together, to let you know like what kind of programs or what a schedule would look like, what a session would look like, what kind of things we could work through. If you have questions about what is coming up for you and could that be something that could be worked through, my calendar through my invokehealing.com does only book 3 weeks out, and those spots are booked right now. So if you're getting this right now and want to email me, I can sometimes make a 20-minute slot available to do that. Otherwise, just watch for the calendar to have openings. And if you're interested in session work or program work, I can absolutely fill you in on that, because I would love to be of service and help you, because it brings my heart joy. So I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you next week. We'll be at the 4th of July week here in the States, and see what our message is going to be for that day. Have a wonderful Monday afternoon. We'll see you next week. Bye!